Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going deep on a surprisingly persistent classic in the online slots world. It's called LotsaLoot.
That's right.
Specifically, LotsaLoot, classic slots with a progressive jackpot. Now, our info comes from a description of the game, originally developed by Microgaming.
A real veteran developer.
Exactly. And our mission today, to figure out what makes this game tick. It looks pretty straightforward, classic even, but it clearly has this major draw for players. We want to get into the mechanics, the appeal, what's the secret sauce?
Yeah, it's fascinating because you've got this real balancing act. On one hand, it's got this nostalgic, almost, simple look and feel.
Right.
But then, bam, you have the thrill of a jackpot that could genuinely change your life. It's kind of a strange mix on paper, especially now with all the complex games out there.
Okay, let's unpack that core identity then.
Yeah.
It's classic style. You said simple. We're talking old school fruit machine territory.
Absolutely. Think BIR symbols, lucky sevens, those four-leaf clovers, pots of gold, all the traditional stuff.
Okay, and it comes in two flavors.
There's a 3-reel and a 5-reel version. The 5-reel one that steps it up a bit with 25 tail lines. Those are the lines across the reels where you need symbols to match up.
But you look at modern video slots, all flashing lights and bonus rounds. Doesn't this simplicity risk feeling a bit, basic? Maybe even boring for some.
That's a fair question, but I think that's actually where the cleverness comes in. It might seem basic, but it's almost like a focused approach.
Focused how?
Well, instead of having lots of different bonus features, free spins triggered by scatters, things that can kind of distract you, LotsaLoot channels all that excitement, all that anticipation into one thing.
The big one.
The progressive jackpot. It becomes this pure chase,
Yeah.
You're playing for that one massive win.
And the progressive jackpot. That's really the heart of it, isn't it? It just keeps climbing.
Keeps climbing, yeah. Continuously growing until somebody, somewhere, hits the right combination.
So how do you hit it? Let's talk about the 5-reel version specifically.
Okay, so for the 5-reel, it's very specific. You have to be betting the maximum number of coins, and critically, across all 25 pay lines.
Okay, max bet, all lines active.
Right. Then you need to land 5 of the wild LotsaLoot logo symbols. But here's the kicker. They have to land specifically on the 25th pay line.
Wow, okay. Not just any 5 wilds anywhere.
Nope. Exactly, on pay line number 25. It makes winning it feel, pretty exclusive. But that logo's useful otherwise too, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That LotsaLoot logo, it also acts as a wild symbol. So it can substitute for other symbols to help you make winning combinations on other lines.
Right, helps create smaller wins along the way.
And it pays out on its own too. Getting 5 of them, even not on the 25th line, can still give you a pretty hefty win, like 10,000 times your line bet. That's significant.
So it's not just about the progressive.
No, definitely not. And the gameplay itself seems really easy to get into. You can change your bet size starting pretty low, like $0.10 per line.
So for the 5-reel, if you're playing all 25 lines to qualify for the jackpot, what's that, $2.50 a spin?
Yeah, exactly. $2.50, total stake.
Right.
Makes it accessible, And it's got autoplay if you want it. Plus, there's still that 3-reel version for people who like it even simpler but still want a shot at the progressive.
But we should probably address the elephant in the room for some players.
Yeah.
The RTP, the return to player percentage.
Yes, the stats.
It's relatively low, especially compared to some non-jackpot slots. Around 90.07% for the 3-reel version, for instance.
Which might make some experienced players pause, right?
It definitely could, but you have to understand why it's lower in progressive games like this. A small part of every single bet placed by every player goes into that jackpot pool.
So you're funding the dream, essentially.
Exactly. It's less about frequent small payouts and more about contributing to and hoping to win that potentially enormous shared prize. It's a different kind of payout structure, really.
And it's also interesting what the game doesn't have. We mentioned it before. No complicated bonus rounds, no free spins features, no scatter symbols doing fancy things.
Right. It's deliberately stripped back.
And you think that's a strength, not a weakness?
I think it's a deliberate design choice. It really sharpens the focus. The whole experience becomes about watching those reels spin, hoping for regular line wins or, the big one. That direct chase for the jackpot.
No distraction.
Pretty much. You combine that straightforward focus with the simple graphics, that vintage feel. It actually has a specific charm. Plus, it runs smoothly, works on mobile.
So it targets players who like that clear goal. No messing around, Just spin for the win, potentially the massive win.
I think so, yeah. It appeals to people who enjoy that directness, that simplicity, coupled with the dream of hitting it big. Less about complex mechanics, more about that pure chance.
So wrapping this up,
Yeah.
what's the takeaway on LotsaLoot? It seems like it really pulls off this blend of old school charm and high stakes progressive excitement.
It really does. It shows that you don't always need tons of features to create something compelling and, well, enduring. Simplicity can be powerful.
A masterclass in a way.
Maybe so. Which leads to a thought, perhaps for you listening. What does the ongoing popularity of a game like this, with that lower RTP and lack of complex bonuses, what does that really tell us about player motivation? About the raw appeal of chance and that dream of a truly life-changing win? What do you make of that balance between the simple spin and the huge possibility?